Super Typhoon Ragasa caused devastation in Hong Kong. A type of tropical cyclone is a super typhoon. Ragasa became the strongest cyclone of 2025 so far. The US has decided to impose an annual fee of $100,000 on H-1B visa applications. A type of non-immigrant visa is the H-1B visa. It could impact Indians aspiring to work in the US. Malayalam film actor Mohanlal receives the 2023 Dadasaheb Phalke Award. Having acted in more than 350 films, Mohanlal is known as the complete actor. Brazil takes an important step in forest conservation, announces a donation of $1 billion to the Global Tropical Forest Fund. Brazil becomes the first country in the world to do so. Recently, the Adi Yuva Fellowship and Adi Karma Yogi Volunteers Program have been launched. This initiative has been introduced by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs of India in partnership with the United Nations under the Adi Karma Yogi campaign. The aim of this program is to empower tribal youth. The Adi Yuva Fellowship is a paid fellowship that provides tribal youth with structured education, mentorship, and career development opportunities. Selected fellows will receive the fellowship for a duration of 12 months, which will balance on-the-job experience, knowledge building, and reflective practice. Fellows will be provided with a monthly stipend, health and life insurance, and access to high-quality educational platforms. Under this program, fellows will also be connected to National Skill Development and Employment Schemes as well as the PM Vikas Bharat Rozgar Yojana. It is noteworthy that the Adi Karma Yogi Volunteers Initiative is supported by UNFPA. The goal of this initiative is to equip tribal youth with skills so that they can bring about change at the grassroots level. This initiative will help improve service delivery in tribal areas and ensure that services reach every individual. Volunteers will work in these areas and assist in raising awareness among the people. Recently, Super Typhoon Ragasa caused massive devastation in Hong Kong. It is considered the most intense tropical cyclone of 2025. A super typhoon is a type of tropical cyclone with wind speeds exceeding 185 km per hour or 100 knots. This cyclone is the center of a warm and low pressure system. In this process, the air flows inwards at lower levels and outwards at the upper levels in a spiral shape. They are formed over oceans where the sea surface temperature exceeds 26 degrees Celsius. Tropical cyclones generally form in areas above the equator at latitudes greater than 5 degrees. They derive energy from the heat and moisture of the sea, which makes them even more intense. Tropical cyclones are known by various names. In the North Atlantic, Eastern North Pacific, and Central North Pacific Oceans, they are called hurricanes. And in the Indian Ocean, they are referred to as cyclones. In the Western North Pacific Ocean, they are called typhoons. And in the eastern part of the Southern Indian Ocean and Australia, they are known as willy-willies. Recently, the US President decided to impose an annual fee of $100,000 on new H-1B visa applications. It is expected that this will have a direct impact on Indians aspiring to work in the United States. The H-1B visa is a type of non-immigrant visa that allows skilled foreign workers to work in specific professions in the United States. Under this visa, professionals working in fields such as IT, engineering, and medicine are generally permitted to work. To obtain an H-1B visa, candidates must hold a bachelor's degree or equivalent experience. US companies must apply for the visa, meaning employer sponsorship is required. The visa is initially valid for 3 years but can be extended up to 6 years. It is important to note that every year, 65,000 H-1B visas are issued. Additionally, 20,000 extra visas are available for those with higher degrees. Recently, the Taliban rejected Donald Trump's attempt to retake the Bagram Air Base. Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid cited the Doha Agreement, emphasizing that Afghanistan's independence and territorial integrity are paramount. The Doha Agreement is a peace deal signed between the United States and the Taliban aimed at ending the 2001 to 2021 war in Afghanistan. It is notable that Bagram Air Base was established in the 1950s. In 1959, then US President Dwight Eisenhower also visited the base. Located about 50 kilometers north of Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, the US developed it into the largest military base after the 9/11 attacks in 2001. The base had 2 large runways, barracks, a hospital, a detention center, and recreational facilities. Bagram Air Base is considered Afghanistan's largest military base, and its strategic location was crucial for control over Kabul and northern regions. The base was used by 3 major powers, the Soviet Union, the US, and NATO, making it a central hub for both the Cold War and modern anti-terrorism operations. From here, the US launched drone strikes and air campaigns against Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. Recently, the West African countries Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger announced their withdrawal from the International Criminal Court. These 3 countries have referred to the ICC as a neo-colonial imperialist tool. It is noteworthy that the International Criminal Court was established on July 17, 1998, through an international agreement, the Rome Statute. The Rome Statute defines its jurisdiction, structure, and functions of the court. The ICC is the only permanent international criminal tribunal. The Rome Statute established 4 main international crimes: genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crimes of aggression. These crimes are not subject to any national laws. The ICC investigates and, where necessary, prosecutes individuals involved in these cases. The ICC has 125 member states. It is important to note that China, India, Israel, Russia, and the United States are not parties to the ICC. The International Criminal Court consists of 18 judges, each from a different member state. Their term is 9 years, and it cannot be renewed. Notably, the ICC has only jurisdiction over crimes committed after the law came into effect on July 1, 2002. Recently, Brazil pledged $1 billion to the Global Tropical Forest Fund. With this announcement, Brazil has become the first country to actively participate in global efforts to conserve forests. Brazil is also hosting the COP30 conference this year. The Global Tropical Forest Fund is a proposed global fund that is expected to be officially launched at COP30. Its purpose is to encourage countries to conserve tropical forests. The fund will pay countries $4 per hectare for their preserved forest areas, which will also account for deductions due to land loss caused by deforestation or degradation. 20% of the total amount received by a country will be reserved for indigenous and local communities who have been the guardians of these ecosystems. The TFFF aims to raise a total of $125 billion, which will be divided into several phases. The first phase targets raising $25 billion through philanthropic contributions, while the remaining $100 billion will depend on private sector participation. It will also include an investment branch, the Tropical Forest Investment Fund, whose main function will be to generate additional income through capital investment. Recently, Malayalam film actor Mohanlal was awarded the Dadasaheb Phalke Award for 2023. He received the award at the 71st National Film Awards ceremony held in New Delhi. Mohanlal has acted not only in Malayalam films but also in Tamil, Telugu, Hindi and Kannada films. He began his career in the 1980s with the film Manzil Virinja Pookal. Over the years, he has acted in more than 350 films. He has won the National Film Award 5 times and has also been honored with the Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri awards. Due to his unparalleled contribution to the field of cinema, he has earned the title of the complete actor. Note that several other awards were also presented at the 71st National Film Awards ceremony. The award for the Best Feature Film went to the Hindi film 12th Fail, while the award for the Best Hindi Film was given to Kathal. The Best Actor award was jointly awarded to Shah Rukh Khan for his performance in Jawan and Vikrant Massey for 12th Fail. Meanwhile, the Best Actress award was conferred upon Rani Mukherjee for her role in Mrs. Chatterjee vs. Norway. It is noteworthy that the National Film Awards were established in 1954. The awards were presented by the President of India and include categories such as Best Feature Film, Best Non-Feature Film, Best Writing on Cinema, and the Dadasaheb Phalke Award. For your information, the first Dadasaheb Phalke Award was presented in 1969 to Devika Rani. The award includes a golden lotus, a cash prize of 10 lakh rupees, a citation and a shawl. Recently, members of the Irula tribe protested, demanding proper housing and a regulated process under the Prime Minister's Jan Man housing scheme. It is important to note that PM Jan Man is the abbreviated form of the Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyay Maha Abhiyan. The key demands of the protest include a free housing scheme for those without land pattas, quality assessment of homes built under the PM Jan Man scheme by professors from IITs and government engineering colleges, and the issuance of community certificates for pending petitions. It is notable that the Irula tribe resides in some districts of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. The origin of this tribe is traced to the ethnic groups from Southeast Asia and Australia. The people of this tribe speak Irula language. It is worth mentioning that the Irula tribe is one of the particularly vulnerable tribal groups. The Ministry of Home Affairs of the Government of India has categorized 75 tribal groups as PVTGs. These groups reside in 18 states and the Union Territory of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. As for the PM Jan Man scheme, it is a government initiative aimed at bringing tribal communities into the mainstream. This scheme is being implemented by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs in collaboration with state governments and PVTG's community. That's all for now in this bulletin. After the news, let's take a quick look at 5 questions related to the bulletin. Question 1. Consider the following statements regarding the Irula tribe. 1. This tribe is generally found in certain districts of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. 2. The origin of this tribal group is in Northeast Asia. 3. The people of this tribe speak the Irula language. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 2. Consider the following statements regarding Bagram Air Base. 1. This air base was built in the 1950s in Afghanistan. 2. It is considered Afghanistan's largest military base. 3. It has been used by major powers like the USSR, the US and NATO. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 3. Consider the following statements regarding the Dadasaheb Phalke Award. 1. This award for the year 2023 was given to actor Mohanlal. 2. The Dadasaheb Phalke Award was first given to Devika Rani. 3. The award includes a golden lotus, 10 lakh rupees, a certificate and a shawl. How many of the above statements are incorrect? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 4. Consider the following statements regarding the H-1B visa. 1. It is a type of non-immigrant visa. 2. To obtain it, the candidate must have a bachelor's degree. 3. The initial validity of this visa is for 5 years. How many of the above statements are incorrect? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Question 5. Consider the following statements regarding the International Criminal Court. 1. It was established on 17th July 1998 under the Rome Statute Agreement. 2. It is the only permanent international criminal tribunal. 3. It has 125 member countries, including India. How many of the above statements are correct? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. All 3. D. None of these. Please provide your answers in the comment section. Recently, 3 young entrepreneurs from India, Kenya and the United States were declared winners of the United Nations Environment Programme 2025 Young Champions of the Earth Award. The announcement was made on September 23, 2025 in Nairobi, Kenya. This annual award is given to individuals under 30 years of age who find leading solutions to the Earth's most pressing environmental challenges. Each winner receives a prize of $20,000, mentorship, and access to a global platform to advance their ideas. Recently, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Morocco's Defence Minister Abdelatif Loudii signed a memorandum of understanding to promote strategic partnership through defense cooperation. It is noteworthy that Indian Defense Minister Rajnath Singh also announced the opening of a new defense wing at the Indian Embassy in Morocco's capital. According to the Ministry of Defense, this Memorandum of Understanding establishes a strong institutional framework for expanding relations. This will pave the way for collaboration in defense industry, joint exercises, military training, and capacity building. According to the recent news, the first AI-enabled center will be established in Betla National Park, Jharkhand. This state-of-the-art facility will offer visitors an immersive jungle experience. The AI-enabled center will utilize modern technologies such as AI assistants, 3D holographic projections, augmented reality, and immersive sound effects. Betla National Park is located in the Jharkhand state of India, situated in the Chota Nagpur Plateau across the Latehar and Palamu districts. It is notable for housing the Palamu Tiger Sanctuary, one of India's first 9 Project Tiger reserves. Recently, a rare photograph of a black tiger taken by Indian photographer Prasenjit Yadav was featured on the cover of National Geographic magazine. This photograph was taken in Simlipal National Park, Odisha. It is noteworthy that Simlipal National Park is the only place in the world where black tigers are found. Black tigers have unusually dark stripes due to a rare genetic mutation. Due to their rare special color, they are also referred to as pseudo-melanistic tigers. There are approximately 30 tigers in Simlipal, some of which are black. Recently, protests in Ladakh turned violent, demanding 6th schedule and statehood. The people of Ladakh are seeking statehood and the granting of tribal area status under the 6th schedule of the constitution. It is noteworthy that the 6th schedule under Articles 244 Clause 2 and 275 Clause 1 of the Indian Constitution provides special provisions for the tribal areas of the states such as Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Tripura. Under this schedule, the governor is empowered to form autonomous district councils and autonomous regional councils in these areas. When there are multiple tribes in an autonomous district, an autonomous regional council is formed. These councils are given special powers including legislative, executive, judicial and financial powers in areas such as land, forest management, property inheritance and marriage. Recently, China announced a new visa category, the K visa, which will come into effect on October 1. Under this, China will allow entry to foreign nationals who meet certain conditions and requirements. Notably, it will not be necessary for applicants to have a fixed job in China. Foreign nationals with a K visa will be allowed multiple entries to China, and the visa will offer long-term validity and facility for extended stays. The aim of this visa is to attract foreign nationals with an expertise in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. Eligible applicants include graduates who have obtained at least a bachelor's degree from a recognized university or research institute. That's all for now in this bulletin. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Drishti IS's Hindi and English YouTube channels.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.